me ask you a question. You consider yourself rich or wealthy? Well, here's how to find out. When you woke up this morning, did you say, I have to go to work? Or did you say, I get to go to work because I want to? That one sentence tells me everything. It's the difference between working for money and having money work for you. And it all comes down to one word: control. See, how you make your money is just as important, maybe even more important than how much money you make. Because most of us were trained to what? Chase a big income, not freedom. And I get it. I did too, initially. Straight out of dental school, I thought I was doing everything right until one snow skiing trip and one wrist injury. That changed everything. More about that in just a minute. But let's talk about the lie that we've been sold. Okay? Society has sold us a lie. They say, make more money, buy more stuff, so we can what? Pay more taxes, and you'll be successful. So what do? We work longer hours. We see more patients. We grind day in and day out. But here's the problem. You can make $1 million a year and still be broke. How is that possible? Well, if your income stops the second you do, you're not free. You're trapped. I personally know surgeons in my area making well over 7 figures a year, but they're chained to their schedule. They can't take 2, 3, or 4 weeks off for a vacation without the what? The money faucet shutting off. So yeah, they look rich, big house, nice cars, they go on nice vacations, but the moment they stop producing, everything stops. That's not freedom. That, my friend, is gold-plated stress. So let me tell you a little bit about my wake-up call. When I busted my wrist snow skiing about 10 years ago, I couldn't work. I couldn't pick up an instrument. Scared me half to death. I couldn't make any money. And in that moment, I realized something very scary. I wasn't in control. My income was in control of me. Didn't matter how much I made last month. Didn't matter when I logged into Vanguard what my 401k looked on the computer screen. Because if the dental paycheck stopped, the music stopped. The whole machine stopped. And that's when it finally hit me. Being rich means you make money. Probably good money. Being wealthy means your money works for you. Let me say that again. Being rich means you make money. Being wealthy means your money makes money for you. Let me give you 2 examples. Surgeon making $1 million a year, stressed out, exhausted when he gets home, and he's terrified to slow down even though he wants to. On the other hand, you have my dad. He owns a small hardware store here in Louisiana. Never made a huge amount of money, but here's the difference. He works because he wants to, not because he has to. He's got several income streams coming in. A little bit of real estate, stock market investments, as Dave Ramsey would say, social insecurity. He's not retired, he's free. Meanwhile, that surgeon, he's checking his production numbers like a stock ticker, hoping he can buy back 1 more month of peace. So who's wealthier? The guy with a 7-figure income and 0 time, or the guy with control over their life? Exactly. So here's the real definition of wealth. Wealth isn't measured by income like society leads us to believe. What's it measured by? Wealth is measured by time. How long could you go on living your lifestyle like you're living without working? A long time? Well, that's wealth. If you're making $500,000 a year, but spending every dime on taxes, toys, and your lifestyle, you're just like I was back then, one broken wrist away from panic mode. But if you've built income streams that pay you while you're not working, that is freedom. Wealth whispers. Doesn't need to show off. Doesn't need to prove anything. It quietly gives you time, options, and peace of mind. That's the goal. Not to get rich like everybody tells us to do, but to get free. Freedom. So here's the shift you need to start making right now. Stop asking, how can I make more money? Start asking, how can I make my money work for me? That's the question the wealthy ask themselves every single day. How can I make my money work for me today? What do they buy? Cars, boats, SUVs? Yeah, but they buy assets that produce income that pays for those liabilities. They buy assets, things like my favorite, real estate, specifically real estate syndications, where you can own a large piece of property that pays you every month or every quarter while somebody else manages it. That is what changed my life as a dentist. That is what's turned my work from have to into get to. So let me ask you again, are you rich or are you wealthy? Because having a big paycheck might make you look successful, but having cash flow makes you truly free. Because once you stop trading time for money, that is when life really starts. If you want to see how I started building passive income through the real estate syndications that I mentioned a little bit earlier and how you can get going right now, then simply watch this next video.